Hello, everyone. So welcome. So I'm Lisa Doyle. I'm a real estate agent here in Northern California in the East Bay, and I have some wonderful guests joining me today to share some information. So I would say maybe 50 or 60% of the families that we help are at the age of retirement. You know, we've been in business here a long time. So a lot of our longtime clients, they're looking around the country and they're trying to decide where to go. You know, Northern California, a lot of people choose to stay here, but it's expensive. So people are looking around the country for options, you know, beautiful retirement areas. So I have some wonderful guests to share. So this is Doug and Joan Johnston, and they are.
Hello.
Hey, thank you so much for joining me, guys. So what I want to do, and thank you so much for you to participate in this, is what I want to do is share with our clients a lot about your area. And I would say half of the people, if I take 10 soon to be retirees in our East Bay, which is Northern California, close to San Francisco, I would say half of them ask about your area, which is the Boise, Eagle, kind of Meridian surrounding area of Idaho, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we thought this was a great opportunity for you guys to share a little bit about your area. What makes it special? Why should someone consider looking at your area? And not just for retirement. One thing that's been interesting that I've discovered is, and you guys might have noticed or seen this as well, whenever I have clients that move off somewhere, oftentimes the adult children will follow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We've seen that. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. We have that happen the reverse quite often, that, you know, the kids and the grandkids are here in Boise for whatever reason, for employment or, you know, just the quality of life, and grandparents, and I'm one of them, can't stand to be away from their grandkids. So they soon follow.
Yeah, no, I understand for sure. Grandchildren are like the icing on top of the beautiful cake, right?
Yes.
Yeah, can't be without them. So we'll just jump right in. And why don't you guys share a little bit about your background? I know you've been in real estate there a long time. How long in real estate?
Okay, we have both been real estate agents here for 26 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We moved to Idaho in 1994. We're also from the Bay Area of California. We're from the Walnut Creek, Concord area.
I grew up in Clayton, so yes. I went to Clayton Valley High School. So I'm a local from down there that made that move up here 26 years ago.
Yeah. And the reason we moved here was to raise our family. We had a young daughter at the time, and then added another daughter, and we raised our family here, and have, you know, Doug says it was the second best decision he ever made to move to Idaho.
Move to Idaho, bring our family up here and raise our kids. That was the goal. We got them in sports, and they, you know, just excelled. They both went to school here in state, and both got degrees, and we're so proud of them. So now we're getting grandkids. So
yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. No, that's wonderful. The fact that you had lived in our area for many years, you understand the perspective of people that live here looking around the country and trying to decide. You know, I think people are looking at a lot, you know, Texas and Idaho and Nevada and Tennessee and all the places that tend to be a little bit more tax friendly. I think that's part of it. You know, and looking for beautiful places. And one of the things that that I know a lot of people enjoy about your area, which we'll talk about, is your climate is, you know, is like it's fairly mild, a little bit of colder, but not quite as crazy as some of the other parts of the country as far as snow and all of that. So yeah, so let's just jump right in. I know you've prepared some wonderful slides to share them about your area.
Sure.
You know, we've got 4 seasons. That's one of the things that's really nice here. So
yeah. So Treasure Valley is what we call our Boise Nampa metro area. When people refer to that, that's the southwestern part of Idaho, and Boise and Meridian are, you know, the largest cities. Although Nampa is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. So not a lot of people know that, but it is becoming a destination point as well. Prices are a little bit more affordable in Nampa, as we'll find out later on. So a large portion of the population resides here in the Treasure Valley. We've got 40% of the population from the state here in our area. And since we've moved here in 1994, the population has exploded. I think it was probably 250,000 in Boise, and now the Treasure Valley is about 750,000, and in just a few years they expect that to go up to 1 million.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's rapidly growing area.
Yeah, the Treasure Valley area is our central area. There's a lot of also nicer areas outside of those that are within an hour from Boise too. So there's other options.
Yeah.
And what do you think? I know that past years, of course, your prices were a lot lower back in the day, just like everywhere. But percentage wise, I think now that the demand has become so high on your area, you guys have seen a pretty big growth, maybe outperforming the country as far as price rise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy.
Yeah. What do you think, other than people, thinking that there's so much beauty in your area? What do you think is the biggest draw to come to your area? What do you think? What do you think people have been?
Well, I know since COVID started and there's been, the option of telecommuting, we've had just a tremendous amount of people moving from your part of the country here because they could work anywhere in the country and they chose to move here for whatever reason. Maybe it was, that they like our political climate a little bit, better than where they are, or they wanted a safer place to raise their children, or crime was a factor for them, and we have pretty low crime rate here. So I think that draw was a big draw for us in the last few years because of COVID. And I think it is a great place to retire to, like we talked about. That's been very big. We do have some major employers here that draw people to our area as well. So I think that was part of it.
Yeah. I was just curious what you thought was was the big draw.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you're going to share some information a little bit about different cities there.
Sure.
Okay. So we click through.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about, what draws us here, and it's the climate is one thing. And we truly do have 4 seasons. I originally grew up in the Midwest, and when I moved to California, I really missed that, having the true 4 seasons in the fall, and, just that different temperatures and everything. And we do have that here. Plus we have a lot of days of sun. And that, is very inviting. I know people from Seattle like to move here because they don't get a lot of sun there. So, and not a lot of precipitation. On average, we just get 12 inches a year, which is
pretty mild, pretty arid. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We get 4 seasons to enjoy, but we also get 4 seasons of different things to do.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always something to do. You've got summer, spring, and fall that you can be outdoors. You've got summertime with all of the winter sports and all of the incredible skiing opportunities that are so close. We've got world-class skiing within 45 minutes of Boise.
Wow.
And then of course, if you want to cruise over to Sun Valley, it's 2.5 hours over there. But we've got some great opportunities to do a lot of really neat stuff here in these 4 seasons.
Yeah, that's wonderful, because people in our area, Northern California, especially in the Tri-Valley here, they tend to be active, outdoorsy,
right.
A lot of cyclists, a lot of golfers, a lot of just outdoor adventure. People, we enjoy the outdoors as a whole here as well. So the fact that you guys have a lot of that is great.
Yeah,
we get all that. We get the golf, we get the outdoors. It's just a lot of opportunity to, we got to have a big garage to store all your toys.
Well, exactly.
Okay, so this is just a little fun fact I threw in here. Idaho has the most neutral dialect of any state. So we have a lot of the telemarketing companies that actually establish their call centers here because we have the easiest to understand accent. There is none. We're just kind of a big melting pot. So I thought that was kind of funny that we, they say we're very neutral here.
Yeah, make people comfortable. That's great.
Right, right. Let's go on to the next one, Francesca. Okay, and
there's the outdoor activities. That's my background. That's why I wanted to move here. I spent all my young years in the Sierras and the Nevadas because I just loved I love backpacking and being up in the mountains, and of course love to hunt and fish and do all those things here. Those are just part of the opportunity here. We talked about being out in the outdoors. Nobody realized we've got the Frank Church Wilderness. It's just 70 miles north of here. It's the largest wilderness in the lower 48. And it's just an incredible place to go. It's got incredible whitewater opportunity, fishing, camping, backpacking, horseback riding. There's other different areas in the state where you can do the snowmobiling, and that's a big deal here. A lot of snowmobile clubs. Spring comes along and everybody's out playing golf, with numerous golf courses in the area here. And of course, there's the fishing and the hunting. That's my kind of my background. I love to do that. Love to be in the outdoors. That's my rebuild time mentally for me. So
I love that. 24 golf courses. I didn't realize that was such a
we've got a lot of golf here. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not Pebble Beach, but we do okay.
All right. Yeah, we're here in the Danville. So of course the Blackhawk courses are beautiful, and Alamo.
Oakhurst and Alamo, and I know all those courses. I played golf in the Bay Area, so that's I know what that's like.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and one of the really great things about Boise is I love their park system and their Boise Greenbelt. Literally, there's someone either walking, biking, rollerblading, whatever along our Greenbelt, like all the time.
The new developments were required to have, open space put into the developments that were required by the cities. So we've got a lot of interior parks in our neighborhoods, but we've also got a lot of large parks in the cities.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Yeah. So let's go to the next slide. And art and culture, I think when people move to Idaho, they're a little bit surprised that we really do have a lot of culture here. The Shakespeare Festival, which is the top picture there on the screen, that is in the most picturesque setting you would ever want to see. I mean, we've gone to plays there and, had bald eagles flying over our heads and, hawks and while the play's going on, it's just incredible. And
sorry to interrupt you, but the stadium there, oh my gosh.
Oh, it's just absolutely
it's amazing.
Beautiful.
And it's so easy to access.
Yeah.
Easy in, easy out. And it's easy to get tickets for, and it's really a kind of a home style feeling. It doesn't hold a lot of people, but it's very intimate and very, very well done.
Yeah. And one of the great things too about Idaho or Boise area is that we have light in the summertime until almost 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So you can go to see an evening show and it's light most of the time. So,
you can get an 18 after 6.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
Yeah. But we have ballet here. We have the Philharmonic, several venues that you can go and enjoy indoor concerts or outdoor concerts. And we do get quite a draw of larger names in the past few years. Before, when we first moved here, it was pretty hard to get a big name, band or whatever to come and play, but now they do quite frequently.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
A lot of venues to go to now, a lot more than we used to have.
Yeah. So let's go on to the next one.
Yeah.
And I know one of the things that's really important if you're moving here and, let's say you still have family in the Bay Area, our airport is the easiest airport I have ever been to in my entire life. The easiest one to get in and out of. It's busy, but not unreasonably so. You can get in and out very quickly and get to your gates quickly. And they now have direct flights to the Bay Area.
Awesome.
So that's pretty
Sacramento,
awesome.
San Jose, Oakland, San Francisco, and including Southern California too.
Sorry to interrupt you. How long is that flight approximately, like from Oakland?
About an hour and 20.
Yeah.
Like
hour and a half, right around there. Really, real simple.
Yeah. Last year I had a direct flight to San Jose to visit family there. And it seemed like I was up in the air and then just immediately down again. It was an hour and a half and super easy.
Yeah.
So, and then also a thing that's very important to retirees moving here are hospital and medical care. Yeah. We have phenomenal facilities here and they are just expanding and growing daily. The medical industry is the #1 employer here in the Boise Treasure Valley area. Wow. So
yeah, we've got the largest facility for 800 miles in either direction. So it's the center. It's got all the emergency and critical care and everything. So
that's wonderful.
And rehab. Mm-hmm. It's actually, is it the #1 or #2 employer of the state?
It's #1.
Yeah, #1 employer of the state.
Yeah, that's good to know because that is a question that
it's a big deal for people.
Yeah, we get in a certain place in our life where you think, okay, I want to make sure I can stay where I'm going to move to, my golden years, and you want to have good care. So yeah, love it.
Okay.
And it's 20 minutes away from any place in the valley.
Yeah. Great.
Next one, let's go to the next one.
Okay. So this is a little bit of the home pricing here in our area. We separated out between two counties. The first one is Ada County, which encompasses Boise, Meridian, Eagle, Cuna, and Star. The average sales price is $625. And that has gone up substantially in the last few years. I think probably when we moved here in 1994, it was closer to like 175, maybe something like that.
It was more, it was less than that.
Yeah.
I remember selling $18,000 homes that were
sure too, back in the day.
And then you can see on the map on the right there, that's Ada County is in the red, and then Canyon County is right beside it. That is Nampa, Coldwell, and Middleton. And the average sales price is much more reasonable there. It's $462.
So just quickly, and I know you might be sharing this in another slide already, but that $625,000 typical average one-story house, what would you get for $625,000? What would the space be with the square footage? How old?
Probably. Okay, so I just have a home under contract in the town of Cuna, which is just a little bit south of here. And it is a 2,400 square foot single family home with an RV garage and a nice 3-car garage beside that. And we are under contract at $635.
Yeah, so that I have to say, so the average, person in our market, selling a house in the 1.6 to 2.4, 2.5-ish, they can look across the country and say, we want to go pay cash. And your market is that. Even the homes that are a little bit higher, which I know you're going to show us, it's the perfect solution for what a lot of people are looking for. So,
right.
Yeah, you can pay cash for the house and
retire,
put a lot of money in the bank. So that's always a nice place for that to be in case you need it.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this is just a little sampling of prices throughout our Treasure Valley. This is a home, or it's actually a condo in downtown Boise, which we call the North End. This is the exclusive part of town. It's easily accessible to go, walking downtown, hit the shops and the Saturday market and all of that. A really exceptional building with views that are to die for. And this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet condo for $865. The average sales price in the north end of Boise is $934. Okay. So this is right in that wheelhouse. And, I know not everybody would want to live in a condo. It's a different style of living, but it does appeal to people moving here from out of the area if they're used to living in a larger city. And they want the accessibility, the walkability is important to people.
To downtown, it's a big deal. And North End is also part of our historical district. So it's a mix of condos downtown, but just to the north end of Boise downtown district is all of our historical homes. They're 100 years old. So we've got a lot of really cool architecture and opportunity to have a house if you don't want to be in a.
Now, my first question is Airbnb okay in the town of, like, the downtown?
Mm-hmm. It is, depending whether some subdivisions are frowning upon it.
Right.
And they're actually having quite some discussions in the city government about what to do with the Airbnbs.
But they haven't been able to come to any agreement on that yet.
Yeah. Okay. So they are still possible.
Mm-hmm.
What would that downtown condo at $865, what would that rent for a night if someone wanted to?
Oh, goodness, probably
something like that.
$300 a night, maybe.
$300 to $500, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be, I was just thinking what a lot of our clients are doing. Our market has, like a lot of the rest of the country, for a lot of reasons, for the same reasons that COVID has caused your market to rise. We've done the same, right? People work from home and they're going a little bit more into our suburban area rather than in the city and stuff. So a lot of them are thinking, okay, I don't want to retire for 3 or 4 years, whatever, maybe 5, but our market's been so heated. Maybe I'll sell my home now, go ahead and invest in a property there, stay here, and wait till I retire and then go. So that they're looking at the idea of what about an Airbnb?
Right.
Yeah. So I was just curious. That would be a pretty good return.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. It's a big deal here.
Yeah.
We've sold a number of homes in the North End. What's really interesting is the people that go there, that we've got a small little towns in the North End, and they like to frequent the shops and buy our open houses. And they walk in and they're staying in an Airbnb just to stay in Boise. Just to hang out and check out the nightlife and the things that there are to do.
Yeah. Major cities, like you said, the walkability, that's awesome. Beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so this is a sample of a 55 plus community. It is a true 55 plus. They offer a clubhouse and community park. They do maintain the landscaping, and the full landscaping is included in the HOAs. I did not put what the HOA fees were on this one, so I'm not quite sure. But this is a townhome that's very close to our Boise Town Square Mall. And it is, 1,600 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath for $545.
Is that a one level?
It is a single level.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's what a lot of people would be looking for in a retirement. Right. See, it looks beautiful. It looks like a single family. It looks like it's only attached by the garage, which is easy.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a little bit of space, a little bit of greenery in the back, place to put the barbecue, the dog to be able to go out and run around a little bit.
Yeah. So let's go to the next one. Now this is a more affordable 55 plus community, and this is in the town of Meridian. Yeah. This one is right on a golf course. So you have the facility there that you can use. You do have to pay a membership to the course, but you can use that course. Some of the homes actually back right up to the golf course, and the landscaping is included in the HOA dues. The dues are only $154 a month, which is pretty reasonable. It's a smaller home. It's only 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,283 square feet, but it's at $364,900, which is very reasonable.
So reasonable.
It's a great location as far as, traffic and just getting around and stuff. It's a really good place to be.
Yeah.
Now these are resales, is that right? Or there's
That's correct.
Correct.
Okay. Yes. And I think the next slide we have is this is a brand new community. We have a large builder here called Brighton Homes. They're a regional builder, and they build a lot of homes, a lot of townhomes, a lot of apartments. And this is their concept. They build, what they do is they build a 55 plus community within a traditional subdivision community. So let's say you have a family that, has the children and everything are in the traditional part of the development. Grandma and grandpa want to be close by. So they're in what they call their community's cadence. And they do this throughout several of their developments across the Treasure Valley. They're top of the line. They're just absolutely beautiful on the inside, top finishes and everything. And they're brand new. The HOA dues are spendy. They're $500 a quarter, but you get access to all their facilities, which include their pool and their clubhouse and all of that. Plus you have the option to be close to your grandkids. So
yeah, that's a wonderful setup. Because the biggest concern is always, distance to the family,
right.
The grandkids. So
right.
Love it.
Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so we talked earlier about Eagle, and you said you get a lot of questions about Eagle, Idaho. So yes, a lot. Yeah, everyone wants to be an Eagle when they come here from
it's our Alamo,
California. Everyone they gravitate toward Eagle.
Yeah, we want to live in Alamo or Danville. It's very similar to that as far as a bedroom community to Boise.
Yeah. Yes, it's very quaint downtown. The old shop style that you can walk around and go to the really nice restaurants downtown. There's a great grocery store there. And their prices are more expensive there. Yeah. So the average sales price is $1,055,000. This is an example of one of the nicer homes. It's not the top of the market home for sure, but it is a very nice home that's on the market right now. It's just amazing. It's custom built. It's got 4 fireplaces, a theater room, 5 bedrooms.
Probably on a half an acre.
Yeah. And it's 4,291 square feet for 1.35.
Well, it's still, dramatically more affordable. Most of the people, although the adult children, this might be an appeal. Most of the people that, at least that, clientele that we know are looking for that retirement-ish, but this is beautiful. What a lovely, this would be more than double that here. So there's still a lot more affordable than what our greater Danville, surrounding area would be. Alamo. Beautiful.
So let's go to the next slide. All right. So I really wanted to talk about Star. Star is a little bedroom community that's west of Eagle, and a lot of buyers who move into the area and want to end up in Eagle, they actually end up in Star instead. There is a very large retiree population in Star. There's a number of new developments there that are geared for folks who are wanting to be retired. They're, most of them are single level. They have that RV garage because they, know that people are looking for an RV to go camping with in the summertime, or their boat. And they're beautiful, beautiful homes. This one is an example of it's a single level, 3-bedroom, 3-bath with the RV garage, 2683 square feet, kind of right in that area that you were talking about. This one, this one has a little bit of a larger yard. It's 1/3 of an acre, and it's listed at $858.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I've heard great things about Star. How far is that from Eagle? Like miles?
They connect.
They're like our little city. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, I've heard great things about Star.
Demographically, a lot of retirees there. If you're a police officer or a fireman, huge.
That's where they retire to.
There
are whole communities.
So you've got lots of barbecues and people who like the kids stuff, but they also like to retire because they have they've got access. It's also closer access to the north side, which is closer to our forests and our backcountry.
Beautiful.
Yeah, a little funny story about people moving to Star. We helped some folks move from the San Diego area several months ago, and they're like, we're embarrassed to tell anybody we're from California. And I said, oh, don't worry about it. Everybody else is too. And so they started saying, to their neighbors, hey, we're from California. We are too.
Yeah.
I know. I've heard.
You're hard pressed to find a native Idahoan here.
Right. Exactly. I've heard that a lot of people are afraid that they'll be shunned because you guys are being overrun by us from California. Like I said, most of the neighbors are the same way. They've come for the same reasons. So
yeah, exactly. They come here for the same reasons that we're here for. And it's the quality of life and our just a wonderful town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one. And this is, so I wanted to put this one in here because we did talk about Nampa earlier. It is the 3rd largest growing city in Idaho. And, it's a little bit more affordable. Some first-time home buyers, they kind of gravitate towards Nampa. It's a little bit more reasonable for them. You will have to have a commute if you're commuting into Boise. For most people do that for their jobs. And it's probably a 20 to 30 minute commute to Boise, depending on our traffic flow.
We do have an occasional backup.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. Most people in the Bay Area, they're commuting way longer than that. So if they do come here and they're still working, it's not that far.
Right. Okay. So this is a brand new home and it's at $435. Very reasonable.
With a 3-car garage.
Yeah.
So it's
beautiful. Single story. And that is what everyone's after. It's kind of the typical 16, 17, very popular. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. And this kind of ends our...
This shows all of our Californians what happened in California.
And I did not know this before until I started putting this information together that we drink more wine than you Californians do. That just...
I think it's all the Californians that moved here that brought their wine with us. We actually have established a wine region that is west of us. It didn't ever exist, 30 years ago. So it's a big deal. And of course, this northern portion area is getting pretty popular for wine.
Yeah, that's so funny.
At least in our area.
I would have thought that our area with Napa and all the wonderful wineries and Livermore and Napa, that the Bay Area would be the biggest wine drinkers. But so we would all be we'd all be comfortable there with all your wine. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Nice. So I think that kind of sums up what we had today. What kind of questions do you have for us, Lisa?
That's awesome. Let me double check our page real quick, because sometimes we will get families or people jumping on and asking questions.
Okay.
Let's check that real quick. I mean, I would say that most people, the biggest.
Page real quick, because sometimes we will get families or people jumping on and asking questions.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I just went on my live and said the question. Actually, you know what, Francesca, can you double check real quick? Because it looks like there's a question there. Would you double check that real quick, since I was having a technical issue?
Yes, give me 1 second.
Perfect. I know someone made a comment there. It looked like a question. So I would say the biggest thing that people are, or at least questions that I'm getting a lot with people that are preparing. So is your market so heated that a contingency is not possible? Is that
not true?
It's changed.
Okay.
It was last year and through the summer, it was very difficult to get a contingent offer accepted. Mm-hmm. Well, our inventory creeped up a little bit, and all of a sudden we had some days on market, and that increased a seller's need to accept a contingent offer, especially in a hot market when you have a good agent who's ready to go. Yeah. and they are able to, proceed with the process.
Yeah. If they're coming from somewhere, in our markets have been very, very heated and healthy. Right. So the average market time here is very short. And if someone has a Bay Area home, they will be able to sell it quickly. So, that contingency may be something that someone would consider then. That's good to know.
Right. Yeah. We actually have one going under contract right now where they're going to accept a contingent on sale. So it's happening more and more. Nice. Our market has definitely shifted a little bit.
It needed to. It was too hot.
We were kind of going crazy with appreciation values just that way too quickly. So our market's corrected a little bit. We do have more inventory to choose from, which is really refreshing. There's definitely more new construction homes available for, for people moving in out of the area, something to choose from instead of knowing that there's just nothing. We had a period of time in probably June and July when we had 300 homes to sell for the whole county,
and 900 buyers.
And that's just, it wasn't enough. So
I know in our little town, which the Bay Area, Danville, San Ramon, we're not very big cities. We're not, actually Danville is still a town, but we're not very big, right? There's 20 houses on the market right now.
Oh my, I thought 300 was bad.
20, and 5 of them are not even available. They're in that coming soon stage. So we've got 15 houses active. In San Ramon, same thing. There's 19. We have absolutely no availability. I think that the next year, the beginning of 22 is going to change. We'll start to see more come, I would say, probably. Mm-hmm. But we've been for the last several months, historically, no inventory. So it's just craziness. So that's awesome. Well, I so appreciate you guys. Let me see if Francesca can pull up that question.
So Denise said that she loves Idaho, and because it's been raining here on and off and been really cold in California, she wants to know what the weather is like today there.
We had snow.
Snowing right now. I was looking outside.
It is snowing right now.
It is actually snowing right now. We had a little bit last night, but it's not really sticking.
So this is a great, before we talk about Denise, I want to ask you, so this is one thing that a lot of Northern California, those of us that are anti-snow, right? We're anti-shovel, we're anti all that. How much actual snow do you guys get on like the winter months? I mean, how often do you get like a foot or anything like what's typical there?
Well, typical, we tell folks that we get snow, if we get snow, it snows in the morning and it's gone by lunchtime.
My kind of snow.
Except for 2016 when we had 3 feet of snow on the ground for 3 months.
Well, and we had torrential flooding, and that was our very heavy water year as well. And we had every neighborhood had like sliding problems with the common areas. So that was a heavy water year for everyone.
Right. Last year we had very little snow.
Yeah, we didn't get much snow last year. We might get a couple inches on the ground, and if it gets cold, it'll stay. But it doesn't usually stop you from getting out and about.
Yeah, no, that's great.
And hey, snow means more skiing up in the mountains. So
well, exactly, a little bit of moisture. But I just know that my kind of snow is years ago. My family lived in Reno. And Reno, Nevada, same kind of thing. Now and then you'll get a little snow. Now and then it'll stay a little bit. Overall, nothing that you have to sit out and shovel for days at a time. But our weather has actually been very mild, very warm all year. And all of a sudden we got a little bit of a cold front. We've had some rain the last 30 days, a couple of bouts of rain. So Denise, to answer your question, it's supposed to rain the rest of this week. And right now we have a little sun, but it's chilly. Francesca, what is it, like 50 degrees?
I think it's about low 50s. And then I think Saturday it's supposed to be in the high 40s of a high 48 on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We've been a little cooler than normal. But normally this time of year, the Bay Area, what I love about this area too, is just like kind of like what you were saying. We might get rain. And then for days we have sun,
Yes.
like we have a day of rain, not like the Oregon, no offense to those in the Portland, Seattle.
Right.
But I lived there as a little kid and it was like months and months and months and months and months of rain, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Too much rain.
For sure. Yeah. Beautiful scenery, but too much rain. But I so appreciate you guys. I know I have clients moving to your area, which we're going to be talking. I'll get you their information and then they want to chat with you. Okay. And, yeah. So I so appreciate your contribution. I know everyone has questions, and actually my husband and I, Greg and I, are going to take a trip out to your area just to see,
right.
We're just wanting
to
let
us know when you're coming.
I will.
So we can show you around and get together a little bit.
Yeah, we'd love that. I want to learn about lots of the beautiful places across the country, and one of your area is one that we want to come visit. So we'll see you soon.
Yeah, and we'll share a glass of wine or a bottle of wine.
Bottle of wine.
Yeah, exactly. I would love that. And so I know Doug and Joan, we're going to post your contact. I know you gave us a screen. Actually, Francesca, if you don't mind, put their contact back on. That'll give you the direct contact for anyone that's watching this either today or later. And lots of our clients are just really investigating different wonderful places. So I'm so excited I get to share this with them.
Yeah,
wonderful.
That's awesome.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, you're welcome. You guys take care, stay well, and have a wonderful Merry Christmas.
Okay.
All right. You do the
Thank
same.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.